Here we go, ladies and welcome to the Sealed Fate Preview, and now we're going to quickly go to a pre-recorded vid from like an hour or two ago, where I spin the wheel of the match types. So here we go, welcome to the preview. Okay, here we go, to kick off the pay-per-view, the Sealed Fate Preview. As I said in the last couple of videos, for us up, we're going to spin the wheel to see the match types. We got a whole bunch of match types here. We got, some of them are tag team ones, some of them are not, as see here. So, guess we shall see. For some of them, they're not exact tag team stipulations, but we can make them tag team stipulations. So, I'm not gonna see. I'm not seeing. Not fine. I'll just not see and close my eyes. I actually legitimately don't see. Fine. Fist fight. So that means only punches will be made, and that will be for the first match. If you guys did watch the match card, or you guys cross-check the description, the first match, tag team matchup, the Raw Tag Team Championships are on the line. The Brood defend. Edge and Gangrel, the Brood, they defend their titles against the one contenders, the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff. Let's get right on into it. And so there you go. Fist fight matchup. As you see, both men are in the ring, both tag teams. As see there, Jeff Hardy, he's holding one of the titles. So, basically, what really is the problem here? So since AAW career mode / GM mode is of course outside of humorous mode. So since Matt Hardy just wanted to leave the roster, which is why he doesn't have the tag titles, and which is why Jeff Hardy has the AEW tag titles. But anyway, AEW is outside of regular humorous mode. So at this point, Gangrel and Edge, 2/4 of the Brood, along with Vampiro and Christian. Vampiro and Christian are not really all that accurate. Edge and Gangrel are, to be fair. But essentially, Gangrel and Edge defended titles against Hardy Boys. And as Syria Gangrel, he's immediately eliminated. And double swanton from both Jeff and Matt to the already eliminated Gangrel, who is the leader of the Brood, might I add. So there you go. Edge gonna have to prove his worth. Well, to be fair, he's been the most toughest member of the Brood. He's been the most. As Syria Matt Hardy, a little bit of miscommunication between the two Hardys. Matt Hardy missing the spin here kick. This is a fist fight, so of course no grapples are allowed. Grapples are forbidden in this matchup. And you can only use your fist and only do strikes. You can jump off the top rope, you can use weapons, you can only punch, kick, chop, anything that involves using feet or hands and weapons. But no grapples. You grapple them, do a suplex or tornado DT, whatever. Her Hurricane there. That could be a grapple, but no. Because it just turned into one spin here. Just see there, Edge gets drop kicked off the ring apron, and just like that, very easily and unsatisfyingly to kick off the show. So here we go, Magnus issues and open challenge against whoever. And it's gonna be in a what type match? A regular match type. Just a regular match as Magnus issues and open challenge in a regular match. Okay, fine, I'll live with that. We shall see who the challenger, who answers Magnus's challenge. And so, there you have it. Regular matchup, Magnus issues an open challenge to whoever in the back. Anyone in the Raw roster could accept this. And who will answer his challenge? It's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Nakamura, he was on the card here. This is a nice little spot just to get him on the card. And not to mention, see an impressive showing from Shinsuke. As always, we are going to see it. But, ladies and gentlemen, about the last matchup. That last matchup was very quick. Gangrel and Edge, my bad, getting eliminated very, very quickly. And so we already have new Raw Tag Team Champions in the Hardy Boys. And ironically enough, since the Hardy Boys are the AAW Tag Team Champions, Neville, of course, he is the AAW United States Champion. AJ Styles is the AAW World Heavyweight Champion. So, AJ Styles, he's challenging Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship here tonight in the main event of the pay-per-view. That AAW Championship that he holds will not be on the line because AAW GM mode is outside of humorous mode. So, just need to get that out of the way. I've had multiple times, but still got to say it because there are people that are hard of hearing, to be fair. Anyway. Third matchup. Definitely going to be a good one. This is going to be our first title match of the night. X Division Championship will be on the line. Ricochet, a.k.a. Prince Puma. He's going to defend his title against the #1 contender since like week 8 or week 9, the American Nightmare, part of Bullet Club, Cody Rhodes. As here, the Magnus almost getting a victory right there, almost stealing one with that back suplex into a seated roll up. But of course, Bullet Club scattered throughout Raw, SmackDown, and ECW. SmackDown, they have the Young Bucks. ECW, they have Kenny Omega and Adam Cole. And Raw, over here we have AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes. A mystery Bullet Club member he has been advertised to come to Raw for many weeks. So has Goldberg. They have not came yet. It's only week 12. So, still got a while. But we're still pretty early into the series. 12 weeks necessarily is not that much. Really, is just 3 months if you want to count that, to be fair. 4 weeks in a month. So, yeah. But anyway. And see now, Nakamura gets Tornado DDT'd for his troubles by Magnus. So imagine if Nakamura is to defeat Magnus in his open challenge. But let's see, well, never mind. As we need Sarah Sights back in the matchup. And Sarah Sights back to reality. And the reality is Magnus is actually getting his work handed to him here. As well, he did just perfectly so that kick from Nakamura earlier. And full Nelson suplex. There goes Shinsuke back into the ring. Shinsuke no selling that. Saying, now you're good. Didn't even feel that. And now into a pin, but that will be a rope break for Magnus. Magnus, of course, will have major bragging rights for winning his own open challenge. But also, if he does defeat this man, Shinsuke Nakamura, who is definitely a worthy contender for any title here in News Mode. He has not challenged for any championship here in News Mode, but he has challenged AJ Styles for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship in GM mode. But, of course, AEW GM mode outside of Universe mode. And I haven't done an episode of AEW GM mode in a week. So, yeah, or 2 weeks. And Shinsuke Nakamura picks up a victory on Magnus. There we go. Magnus losing his own open challenge. Shinsuke wins. Moving on to the third match. Okay, third matchup. Cody Rhodes challenges Ricochet / Prince Puma for his X Division Championship. That's going to be in a what? Have my eyes closed. Can't see. Only can hear the beep. Then I'm going to open it. To the death match. Hasn't really been a type of blood feuded rivalry, but there we go. X Division Championship on the line. Third matchup. Cody Rhodes challenging Ricochet or Prince Puma. We're just gonna say Prince Puma, but we all know it's actually Ricochet. But Prince Puma, of course, the alter ego of Ricochet. But I like Prince Puma better, so we can keep him as Prince Puma from Lucha Underground. Anyway, Prince Puma, he defends his X Division Championship against Cody Rhodes, and are now established to the death match. Whichever wrestler does not have enough health will lose. The other wrestler will win. So it's the same like the fist fight that we had to kick off the show. This is only our third match. We still got 5 more matches to go. And as you see by the length of this video, I thought it was going to be a little bit more lengthy, but no. There's some matches in this show that are actually pretty quick, as you see, because since you guys see the time lapse for this, I was expecting this to be like an hour or something, and then I had to like make the 2 videos. I split it up and make it unlisted, and then just like do something about it, and then add those 2 clips up later, and then actually upload those and delete the other 2 from the unlisted thing, which I was gonna actually start trying to do because I expect this pay-per-view to be a little bit long. But no, as you see from the time lapse, no, it's actually not, and it's actually a little bit shorter than some past Raw, SmackDown, and ECW episodes, especially SmackDown Week 11. SmackDown Week 10 or Week 11 was 56 minutes. It was Week 10. SmackDown Week 10 was 56 minutes. Easily, well, SmackDown Week 10, 56 minutes, exactly. That was my longest show in years mode. So, yeah, this pay-per-view's been pretty short. At least this is not like ECW's Barely Legal pay-per-view that was only 30 minutes and 16 seconds. So, yeah. Anyway, now Cody Rhodes double X on 2. Principal Imagine Cody Rhodes is to win the X Division Championship here tonight. He'll become the second ever X Division champion. Remember, for both the X Division title for Raw, respectively, the SmackDown title for the Cruiserweight title for SmackDown, respectively, and the ECW Hardcore Lightweight title, respectively, in the ECW brand and roster. There are all 8-man tournaments to crown a champion. Neville won the 8-man tournament for ECW, which is why he's the first ever and current ECW Hardcore Lightweight champion. He will defend his title against Shane Douglas, who I know is a cruiserweight / lightweight, but that was a little mistake in the game. They make him look a little bit like he's a high flyer or like lightweight, so we're gonna keep him like that. Even though in real life, Shane Douglas looks nothing like a lightweight cruiserweight X divisionist, where you want to say. Of course, Seth Rollins won the cruiserweight title tournament for people 220 pounds and under. Seth Rollins is actually 217 pounds. Also did it so we could have more variety instead of like doing people under 205 pounds, which really are not all that many good options. So yeah. And another 450 splash from him. He's been doing a whole lot of 450 splashes throughout this whole matchup. And missing that one wildly. Cody Rhodes could take advantage here. Never mind. Prince Puma no sun that. And now Samoan drop. Delivered right to him, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Another 450 splash for the 100,000th goddamn time. Sorry, didn't mean to say that, but getting a little bit frustrated here. And oh my god, Cody Rhodes catching him. Cody Rhodes just caught him right there. Delivered the, Guerrero press slam? Right to Ricochet. So, Prince Puma, he did not take a so good landing right there. Not all that well. And so, anyway. And so, of course, Prince Puma, he did win the 8-man tournament for Raw for the X Division title. Of course, I believe he did have a matchup against Cody Rhodes in the semifinals. In the semifinals, Ricochet/Prince Puma, he did eliminate Cody Rhodes in the semifinals. And then in the finals, it was Ricochet and Zack Ryder in reverse. 450 splash, also known as the 630, I believe. Or is that when they do it a different way? I'm not sure anymore, but whatever. It was a reverse 450. Next time, Ricochet and another 450 splash. My God. Prince Puma non-stop 450s here, being his saving grace, but the back of his head snapping across that ring apron. And now a couple strikes, Cody Rhodes entering back here, DDT! And he's able to connect with it. Well, so far, imagine Cody Rhodes is to win the X Division title here tonight. He brings the title to Bullet Club. If AJ Styles is to defeat Bobby Lashley here tonight in the main event, he brings the WWE Championship, the most prestigious title in this whole universe mode. That specifically is on Raw. He brings it to Bullet Club. While ECW, they have Kenny Omega with the Hardcore Television title. And so he has that in Bullet Club. Adam Cole, of course, looking to win the title over on ECW. And on SmackDown, the Young Bucks are the only representatives of Bullet Club on SmackDown. So they're going to have to try and win those SmackDown tag titles, but they are currently involved in the whole angle with Big E and Xavier Woods, the New Day. So, shall see how that goes. If the Young Bucks are to defeat their rivals later on in the next couple weeks on SmackDown. But anyway, that's SmackDown, that's ECW. We care about Raw here, and we're doing more better, because at this point, we definitely got the more star-studded main event. Sure, ECW, they have a good one for week 14. As Minoru Suzuki defends his ECW championship against Braun Strowman. That's gonna be an all-out war in SmackDown. And week 13 at the Bound for Glory Money in the Bank pay-per-view, Dolph Ziggler challenges Aleister Black for the World title. But here tonight we have Bobby Lashley defend his WWE title against AJ Styles. And that's right there. Well, Prince Puma, he gets victory from what was that? Snapmare? Well, he gets victory. He retains his X Division Championship. Okay, usually I'll just go back to the old clips where I pre-recorded it, but now I'm just going to add a voiceover to me spinning the wheel, so it won't take too long. We can't do a triple threat, so now spin the wheel again for the next matchup, which is a grudge matchup between Silas Young and Sami Zayn. Of course, Silas Young, he has attacked. And it is going to be a regular matchup between Young and Zayn. Of course, Silas Young, he has attacked Sami Zayn on numerous occasions in the past couple of weeks, and by in the past couple of weeks, I mean like 2 or 3, so not numerous occasions. I think probably 2, to be fair, but yeah, 2 or 3. So that's how this match has gone set up. And so for the audio ones where I spin the wheel, they're all pre-recorded, and they're separate videos. I don't want to be doing that, because then I'm going to have to be rushing to say what I have to say for the last matchup, because I'm not going to have enough time without my current audio overlapping the old audio from the old clip, so I'm just going to take all the audio out of the other pre-recorded spin the wheel clips and just add in the voiceover for all of them too. Fair. Anyway, so this is the this is the 4th matchup. 4 more to go here tonight. Same Zayn now with that surfboard submission hold right on to Silas Young. Gonna try and make him tap on me. This is a regular matchup, so okay, that's just funny. Okay, that's just funny. Anyway, Spin the wheel. Next matchup. Steel cage. And it's going to be between Goldberg and Batista. As that is the 5th matchup of the night. This is a rematch from the Over the Limb pay-per-view where Batista issued an open last man standing match challenge. Goldberg was the one who accepted. No, my bad. It was Goldberg who issued it. And Batista, the one who won the 10-man Momentum Battle Royal. That Goldberg was also in, and Goldberg got eliminated 3rd. Batista was the final man as he survived the Battle Royal. And so, Goldberg challenged anyone and won. Batista answered that challenge, and then on Superstars, the latest episode of Superstars, no, not the latest, episode 3. The latest episode of Superstars was episode 4. On episode 3 of Superstars, we did have Batista issuing up challenge. Goldberg has secured multiple victory rolls, both men trying to get a victory over each other immediately. Now this right here is the perfect stipulation for this kind of matchup. Not much build up needed, just 2 men who want to prove that they're better than each other. We have Goldberg, we have Batista. We haven't had no sneaky tactics by either Goldberg or Batista. We just have 2 men who want to destroy each other and who want to prove that they are the better wrestler, that they are the better man here in Raw, and perhaps in all viewers mode. So, essentially, no build up all that much needed. Besides, Batista won a rematch. After he won against Goldberg, Batista didn't have to make a rematch, but he did. So we shall see if he gets victory against Goldberg here tonight again. Or if Goldberg will make it tied up 1-1. And about the last matchup, Sami Zayn just shutting up Silas Young. Making him tap out to that surfboard submission hold. And man, that matchup was only like a minute. It was literally only a minute and a couple of seconds. Silas Young not being all that credible. He was the man who made Brian Cage forfeit in his own debut. It was Brian Cage's debut as well, but you'd think Silas Young would be the one to forfeit, but with the name, the last real man on Earth, apparently, Silas Young did not forfeit, but Brian Cage did, and Brian Cage was obviously the monster of the 2, so that was weird, which is why Brian Cage hadn't showcased all the much, but Raw, they are overflowing with talent, so SmackDown, so is ECW, especially ECW. ECW can actually contain their roster some way, somehow they could. But, well, we're struggling a little bit here over on Raw, but shall see. Then SmackDown, they're doing a better job at controlling their overflowing roster as well. And that's because ECW has the bigger roster of all 3 brands, so, yeah. Anyway, now, next matchup will be the 6th matchup of the night, as that is going to be, what? CM Punk and Alberto. And that is their grudge match. That's another grudge match of the night. Anyway, now, well, Batista almost did another victory roll, but gets caught with a body slam from Goldberg. This is not an escape to victory steel cage. This is a regular steel cage match, so whoever gets the first pinfall or submission in this matchup shall win this contest. And, well, that man is Goldberg. This is going by way too damn fast. Goldberg ties up 1-1. Next matchup, first blood contest between CM Punk and Alberto. I like it. Punk. Alberto has, well, the way this rivalry started was what? When did we have the whole Battle Royal situation? This is week 12. On Raw, week 9 or 10, I believe it was week 10, we had a number 1 contenders Battle Royal to main event it. And it was a number 1 contenders Battle Royal for the WWE Championship. Of course, AJ Styles won that Battle Royal, but during the whole matchup, when the Real got eliminated, if you guessed correctly, the man who eliminated the Bird Real was that man he's fighting right there in the green and black attire, CM Punk. And CM Punk, he did not only eliminate the Real from the Battle Royal, he absolutely just wrecked him while eliminating him. CM Punk delivered multiple GTSs and multiple high knee strikes after many GTSs and multiple GTSs after high knee strikes onto Punk did so many high knee strikes right to the jaw and face of the Real that the Real just fell completely out of the ring due to those educated knees of CM Punk. So the Real layered in attacking Punk on later episodes of Raw. Then Punk won in this matchup, and so Punk, he gets it here now. He gets Bird Real. Bird Real wants to have about that. Remember, CM Punk, the first ever WWE champion here and on humorous mode. So he did win a title on week 2. in against Sami Zayn, as it was both him versus Zayn in a 1-1 contest in week 2, in the main event of week 2. After winning week 1, they both won their respective fatal 4-ways. If they won those fatal 4-ways, that contended them to face off against each other in a 1-1 contest on week 2. So Punk won his respective fatal 4-way, Zayn won his respective fatal 4-way, and then they faced off against each other in a 1-1 contest on week 2, in which CM Punk won. Anyway, now moving on, focusing back on the action here. Next matchup, Intercontinental. We shall see what stipulation that's going to be set up for. And then the 8th final match main event, champion by Lashley defense against challenger AJ Styles. We shall see the stipulation for that one. Hopefully, it is a good one. And we now see Punk half-leg crap, never mind, getting countered by the Real. Now Alberto Real trying to gain an upper hand here, in which he has him double under Tiger suplex right to CM Punk, not the Real. Just immediately going after Punk again. Punk with a backslide. The Real's back of his head, hitting that gift. That backslide was going to get Punk victory. Mostly because that's a pin in predicament. But it kind of did some damage to the back and perhaps even the back of the head of the Real, as the back of his head did hit that gift. Depending on where the hell the gift is, or the gift has contained in it. And if it's just a regular card box, well, it did something. It did something. Anyway, now CM Punk mobile kicks, mobile strikes, and just run into a punch from the Real. Now ankle lock, but the Real copying Kurt Angle and Jack Swagger with that one, and Ken Shamrock, and a whole lot of others who do ankle locks. But well, and now as see right there, all CM Punk. There we go. That's how he retained his WWE Championship. The first time he actually defended it, which was against Roman Reigns back in week 4 at the All Limit pay-per-view. Of course, Roman Reigns changed to Punk after Reigns did prove himself by winning a non-title match against Punk. And then, of course, Reigns then got a title shot after defeating Punk in a non-title match. So, but then, once it was a title match, Punk proved Reigns. Well, Reigns didn't prove himself. He proved that he could win in a non-title matchup. He didn't prove he could win in a regular title matchup because he lost. So that was that. Anyway, now the Real, well, almost actually can. I thought the Real actually hit the dropkick for a second, but nope. Now CM Punk, well, trying to get back in the game here. Hopefully CM Punk could go back into the ranks of the WWE title picture. He definitely will love that. Anyway, now the Real, that triangle submission hold, trying to just suffocate CM Punk now, and now has him again, wrenching back and forth on the neck, on the head, perhaps even trying to dig in his own claws and nails, trying to just claw his way, trying to just pierce open the head of CM Punk, perhaps, just to make it bleed, just so the Real can win. Perhaps he's doing it, perhaps he's not. I can't fully see. These are 2D models, but still. And now CM Punk definitely does not want to bleed, but then again, neither does the Real. Whoever bleeds first loses. That's why it's called first blood matchup. But the Real won't let go of this triangle submission hold. He's gonna make CM Punk pass out at least. But no, Punk gets out of it, just simply getting slapped right down back to the mat for troubles. Saw a takedown from Alberto Del Rio. And now the Real upper hand here. Knee drop. And now CM Punk. Carries position. Oh my god! What a solid headlock takedown from the Real. CM Punk's head bouncing off the mat. A huge explosion has just occurred. The Real no-selling it. Immediately getting back to the ring, even though he went flying outside the ring. Punk felt that more, mostly because his head hit, so he felt the impact more. And anyway, now Punk with the X Factor shortly after his high knee strike that the Real is oh so familiar with, because that's the move that eliminated him from that number 1 contender's battle royal. And so it gets caught. Punk counters with the X Factor, and it's same like Punk countered Alberto's dropkick off top rope with a gorilla press slam. And now the Anaconda Vice. CM Punk's signature maneuver. And also his signature submission maneuver and high knee strike right to Del Rio. And just like that, those high knee strikes are the ones that CM Punk does best. Del Rio's busted open. He just needs to be taken down to the ground here. And then it will count. And there we go. Del Rio, as long as if he was bleeding and still standing up, it won't count. But as soon as he got sent down to the ground, then that's when it counts. The blood counts because Del Rio is on the ground. CM Punk wins. And the next matchup is going to be, we can't do a battle royal unless we could do a sumo contest, but no, we already had the sumo contest option. Battle Royal one was really just for either the Magnus Open Challenge or for the tag team matchup. But anyway, confrontation matchup. Actually defends his Intercontinental Championship. In a confrontation matchup, this could happen anywhere. They're gonna fight in their outside street clothes, and it's gonna happen anywhere. And well, it's gonna happen backstage. So there you go. Well, here we go. Actually defending his title in a confrontation match against MVP. So ladies and gentlemen, of course, confrontation is just really a street fight. So that really is what it is. A street fight backstage, and it's not in the street, but you guys get the idea. Anyway, now Fishman suplex Max Shelley. Of course, Shelley, he did win that title all the way back in week 8 in the live from MSG joined Brandon pay-per-view, and that failed for where Apollo Crews defended his Intercontinental title against The Miz, MVP, and well, actually, of course, Shelley said he was going to eliminate The Miz since The Miz did attack his tag team partner, the other half of the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin. Sabin did return on the first episode of Heat, and he did defeat MVP. And MVP was still number 1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. So we haven't seen Chris Sabin since. We haven't booked him yet. We are going to book him in later episodes, though, because he needs to be accurate. Mostly because I like him better than a.k.a. because I find Chris Sabin as the more talented wrestler, but that's on you, but whatever. So we're going to have to be booking Chris Sabin a little bit more. Anyway, now shortly after that huge, humongous sledgehammer shot, MVP goes flying right through the ladder, and now actually in complete control here. Champion could defeat challenger with the half-leg crab now. Whoever has no health will lose this street fight. No pinfalls, no submissions count. Most of these are like 2 death matches, essentially, both like different match situations. And there we go, humongous punch right to the face. Why is everything going by so damn quick? This pay-per-view is horrible. Alex Shelley retains his Intercontinental Championship against MVP. Moving on to the next matchup. Thank you very much. Which is the main event, to be fair. Is it? Yep. And it's gonna be in that's a good one. We're gonna end off the night in a complete and utterly high note. Escape to victory. Steel cage matchup. We did have Goldberg and Batista in a regular steel cage matchup where pinfalls and submissions counted. No escape to victory rules applied, though. But we have AEW World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles. That title will not be in the line because AEW is not connected to Heroes Mode, but he will be walking out with the title because reasons. And Bobby Lashley defending his WWE Championship against AJ Styles. This is just a random cage we picked, and AJ Styles wearing some turquoise and black attire because I was bored, and so I decided that would be a cool attire, I guess. It really is like a dusty type turquoise. It's not really all that much of a light turquoise, but whatever. It is what it is. And well, anyway, now Bobby Lashley immediately going to work. This definitely going to be the best matchup of the night. You wanna know why? Because if you guys see the time lapse right now, it's the longest match of the night. So yeah, which is why it's the best one. So, and this only being like a half an hour pay-per-view again, where usually the shows are like half an hour, except for Easter. Usually it's like 20 minutes. Because hardcore matches go by quick in Brooklyn Revolution for some apparent reason. Which is why doing this whole match stipulation with Sealed Fate did not work out well, because most of these matches had hardcore rules applied, which is why they're so short. The Silas Young and Sami Zayn one was a regular 1-1 contest. That should not have been quick. That should not have been a quick matchup, but it was. So, whatever. And now AJ Styles trying to wear down Big Man by Lashley, trying to wear down those legs of Lashley, make life difficult for Lashley. Just make life difficult for Lashley and make it difficult for him to climb up on top of the cage and ultimately escape the cage. And now Lashley trying to do a back suplex didn't fully work out. AJ Styles, remember, he was the one who actually pinned SmackDown's World Heavyweight Champion Aleister Black in our latest episode of Superstars, where we had a 6-man tag team matchup where we had Raw, SmackDown, and East Coast champions versus Raw, SmackDown, and East Coast challengers. Of course, the challengers team was number 1 contender for the East Coast title, Braun Strowman, with number 1 contender for the SmackDown World Heavyweight Championship, Dolph Ziggler, and of course number 1 contender for Raw's WWE Championship, the man we're seeing right now on our screen, AJ Styles, against the champions, which were Raw's WWE Champion Bobby Lashley, the other man we're seeing on screen, along with SmackDown's World Heavyweight Champion Aleister Black, and ECW Champion Minoru Suzuki. So, yep, that was that. Styles ultimately did win the matchup for the challenger team by pinning world champion Aleister Black. Ever since Aleister Black has won the world title, he has not been doing so well, but he has been having a whole lot of great matches. That tag team matchup wasn't one of his best ones, though, so mostly because it was like so short, but still. Also because our wrestlers were kind of taking the spotlight. Anyway, going back to the action here. Raw's main event, and now AJ Styles trying to catch up by Lashley. Couldn't hold on to the cage long enough, but now coming for Styles. Brings him down. There's only so much amount of time it will take you to climb that humongous cage. Luckily enough, the cage doesn't have a roof. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, that cage. Definitely the metal, definitely the sharp-edged metal, the very sharp-edged metal. Makes it difficult for your hands to be fully gripped onto it. Of course, if you are wearing some protective boots, shoes, or sneakers, or whatever, it will help you out a little bit more because it won't really necessarily cut into your skin all that much. But that has some sharp sides of steel in that cage, and it's not going to help out your hands, even if you're wearing protective gloves, like what the phenomenal one AJ Styles is doing. But Bob Lashley definitely is more difficult for him, as he is the bigger man, but very, very athletic, very agile, very fast for a man his size. Especially since he is a complete monster. Now, spin heel kick from AJ Styles. AJ Styles, of course, he outranks Lashley. Not in the strength department, but he does outrank him. And just a pure wrestling ability, AJ Styles. One of the best wrestlers in the world, in TNA, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, in Ring of Honor. In any wrestling promotion he's ever been, including WWE. Bandwagons rolling. Bandwagons, you could just come through any other door and just say that you've been known about Styles, but whatever. Anyway. Going back to kind of action, getting distracted here. So I had a takedown. Well, not so I had a takedown, but changed into just a regular. That was headlock. Changed into the ground. And now Lashley pedigree to AJ Styles. Oh my god. Wait, that's essentially a Styles Clash, since in the game, the Styles Clash animation and the Styles Clash finisher is not in the game, unless you want to do a power drive, but that's not going to look like Styles Clash all that much. The pedigree is what AJ Styles' finisher is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a Styles Clash in this game. So essentially, Lashley did the Styles Clash. So we're just going to pretend that was Styles Clash instead of pedigree, because that's what Styles' finisher is in this game, because reasons. Anyway, now, AJ Styles looking to gain the upper hand here. Imagine if AJ Styles is to become WWE Champion. He will be the third ever WWE Champion here in Universe Mode. Of course, Punk lost that title in a triple threat. In the live from the MSG pay-per-view event, joined Brandon between Raw, SmackDown, and ECW, of course. In Week 8, which it was Bobby Lashley, his tag team partner Roman Reigns, and CM Punk defending his title. We only had Lashley and Reigns in a tag team matchup on one episode, and that was Week 1. They still are associated as tag team. We just haven't been able to put them in tag team matches on much since they've been in the main event picture. The men that have been in the main event picture have been CM Punk, Sami Zayn, for a short while, and by short while I mean Week 1 and Week 2, and some of Week 3. Perhaps some of Week 4 as well. And also along with Sami Zayn, CM Punk, Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles. Styles, of course, the latest contender to be in this whole WWE title picture. And Bobby Lashley, the one to overtake it from Punk. And Styles, the one to overtake the number one contendership from Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. And now, well, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Lashley, he's struggling here. He did actually hurt his arm when Styles did whatever he did. I can't even remember what Styles did, but he did deliver just a devastating maneuver to Bobby Lashley. I'm sorry, I can't remember, but Styles, he's going to escape the cage here. A weakened WWE Champion. A weakened Bobby Lashley is struggling to get up. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, we have a new WWE Champion. And his name is the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Lashley just favoring that arm right there. Lashley struggling to get up. And just like that, we have a third ever WWE Champion here in Universe Mode. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching the Sealed Fate Raw exclusive pay-per-view. Of course, Las Vegas, Nevada. We didn't mention our location because I don't know, I forgot. But where? Because you get it's a wheel. Wheels involve like dices, deuces, dominoes, cherries, stuff like that. And it's Las Vegas, so you gotta gamble, stuff like that. Spin the wheel, blah blah blah. Hope you get lucky, whatever. So that's essentially what this was. This really just took it from Fully Loaded, which had it had like dice in the pay-per-view poster for one of them with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and so I was very intrigued by that. So I just decided I'm getting Hollywood feel. So that's really what this pay-per-view was based about. Fully Loaded combined with just Raw Roulette, to be fair. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Universe Mode. This was 35 minutes, going to 36 minutes, probably 37, I'm not sure. Depends how long it'll take to talk after this. So, there you go. I am going to do a pay-per-view after show talk, perhaps tomorrow, even if I upload this on a Friday. It's currently Friday, January 19th. If I upload this on Saturday, January 20th, well then, that pay-per-view after show talk should come out the same day. If it's been uploaded on Saturday. But if this has been uploaded on a Friday, well then, stuff like that will happen, I guess. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Universe Mode. That was fun. It feels like forever, and that's what episodes of Raw and SmackDown feel like. ECW, they have a more containable roster. You know, ECW, they have a humongous roster. They have the biggest roster out of Raw and SmackDown, but I actually could contain it a little bit more. I don't know how, but I am. So, yay. I'm doing good with that. So anyway, thank all you guys for watching this episode of Universe Mode. Catch you on the next one. Next episode of Universe Mode will be not the pay-per-view after show talk, but that is associated with Universe Mode, not associated with Book Revolution, but it's associated with something. Where? But anyway, next episode of Universe Mode will actually be Raw Week 13. So yeah, again, the aftermath of that. No Heat. Heat will just show you the results of the two matches on Heat. No episodes of Heat, since I really don't care about doing the pre-shows, Heat, Velocity, and Metal, because they take a while. And by take a while, they just take time out of my day that I don't want to take time out of. So yeah, just going to simulate those on camera, and then we shall go into the regular matches of the show. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode of Universe Mode. Catch you on the next one, and goodbye. Hope you enjoyed all the matches short. So yeah. Anyway, bye.